years has nothing on record for heartworm testing and nothing for purchased heartworm preventative as well.
I understand that, yes.
But they said that it is something that's recommended from the clinic. They said if somebody's not giving preventative or only giving it seasonally, they recommend testing.
Right.
But actually their preference is that the dogs be given preventative year round.
That's fine. That's fine.
So given all that, and on our application, actually, we looked back, and it says that you confirmed that you would give the dog monthly heartworm preventative. So I wasn't sure if you were using like a mobile vet or a secondary vet to provide that service.
I understand.
Or if are you just not giving heartworm preventative?
We had it because it didn't. We weren't thinking that it was. Isn't that just something that they pick up when they're at dog parks and that kind of thing, or is it something that they get because of being bitten by something?
It is something they get from a mosquito bite.
Okay.
So, and it doesn't matter if they're an inside dog or an outside dog. It only takes one mosquito bite.
Okay.
And they can come up positive for heartworm.
Okay.
And it's just kind of a sensitive button for us because
I understand that completely.
We're a nonprofit. We're a 501c3, and we actually spend thousands of dollars each year from our nonprofit funds treating dogs for heartworm.
Okay.
And so it's just a really sensitive button for us.
I completely understand. And I guess maybe it's ignorance on my part. I thought that's not something that our vet had pushed like that, but that's my fault for not asking. And so I completely understand why you would feel that way.
Okay. Yeah, and maybe, maybe it's something we could revisit at a later date if it's something that you're willing to start providing.
Absolutely.
And
and if you want to, I can call my vet and set up an appointment and get it taken care of this next week if that's. Honestly, it's my ignorance, and I'm sorry about that. I really am.
I would love for you to do that just because you do have one of our adopted dogs in your home, but I don't know that it will make you eligible to adopt a dog on this transport.
I understand that.
We could always talk about it internally, but I just don't know that we could do it.
Okay, I understand that completely. But
okay.
If it is something that's that important, honestly, it's my ignorance, and I understand why you feel so passionately about it. I do.
Okay. And I get it. A lot of people up north, I don't think it's as prevalent up there, and there's a lot of people that just aren't educated on it and don't know a lot about it.
And I have to admit that's certainly where I am, and it's not something that our vet talked about I really recommend this, and I'm not trying to shift blame in any way. It's just probably it is because this is where we live, but you're right. If it only takes one mosquito bite, which I was not aware of, I promise you I wasn't. We love our dogs, and certainly that's something we will take care of.
And you know what? If it's something that your vet doesn't push and your vet isn't strongly recommending it, and you can get like a letter or they can call me personally and just say, listen, this is something I'm not enforcing in my practice. And I asked the girl that I spoke with at the clinic, I kind of asked her what their recommendations were, and she told me. But if I didn't speak to your personal vet, so if you want to speak to them and see if they would send us a letter saying this is not something that I've been enforcing, and and have them call us personally and say,
Okay.
this isn't something I've been enforcing. It's and take a little bit of fault there.
Okay.
Then we could definitely kind of revisit this topic, and maybe if you would be willing to take them in and get them tested and purchase some preventative, then that would be something that we could consider.
You mean after, like, in another trip? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I mean, I would assume it would take a little bit of time just to get that information, and so I don't even know if the dog that you want would still be available in the time that we could get all that done.
Right.
But it would definitely, if your vet would be willing to do that, and then you would also be willing to take the dogs in and get them tested and get them on preventative, I definitely think that at that time it would be something we could consider.
Okay. I definitely will, Kristen. I promise you, I'm not trying to shift blame, but it was just kind of posed to us, do you want to do this? And that's it. And it wasn't really so, I mean, it didn't seem like it was that, like that was not that, and I should have researched it more. I'm not excusing myself. I understand. But, I will call them and see if they're willing to do that, and we will definitely take care of it for sure.
Okay, perfect. And again, I understand. And if we can get all that done, we can revisit this again. But
Okay.
just right now, we kind of have to put a pause on everything.
I understand that, and I appreciate that you feel so strongly about it. I think that's wonderful. And as much as you invest in this and as much as you do for them, but I have to tell you, the dog that we got is the best dog that we have ever had. We love her so much. She is so good. I mean, she has issues with being fearful of things still, but she has overcome so much, and it's been such a joy watching her progress and just become who she was meant to be,
Oh, good.
So anyway, all right, Kristen, I appreciate it so much, and I will call the vet. They should still even be in the office. So I appreciate that so much.
Oh, no problem.
If I do, are they able to call this number personally if they're willing to do that, or
Yeah,
or
if that is something they're willing to do, they can call me personally, and I will take the call and take the information from them.
Okay. All right, Kristen, thank you so much. I appreciate that.
No problem.
All right.
All right. Bye-bye.